Hi, Heidi Angelica here, and thanks for watching. Today I'm going to make a video making a box that is part of my Love Box series. And the Love Box series are custom-made boxes that holds, well, almost anything. But so far I've concentrated on Bolsius candle products. And today it's about the fragranced wax melts. And I have tweaked one of Mix Up Crafts' recent projects that she calls a flip lid bag. And I have tweaked it in that I have made it bigger. And I've also dropped the handle on it. So it's not a bag, more a box. And it opens with a Velcro dot, and the product is then inside, and it fits perfectly. I have custom made them so that this pink one has magnolia on the front, therefore it holds wax melts that smells like magnolia. The red one is pomegranate. And today we are going to make a lavender box. So I have prepared a little that we need to make this box. First of all, you need a piece of paper or a cardstock that are 12 inches by 11.5 inch. And you also need some decorations that I will get back to. I made them ready because it's such a fuss cutting all these letters 3 times, stacking them together and gluing them together, and then putting them on this strip. To start off, you need to have the piece of paper on the 12-inch side, and first you're going to score it on 1/2 inch, on 5 inches, 6.25 inches, and at 10.75 of an inch. Then you're going to turn it, and on the 11.5 inch side, you are going to score it on 2.25 of an inch, and at 10.25 of an inch. I have also put in some optional score lines because I want the bag or the box to be as sturdy as possible. I want like a fold over, and the fold over measures 1/2 inch, and I have it on 1.75 of an inch down to the 3rd horizontal score line that I just made. So at 1.75 of an inch. I also have, where I have the lid, I needed to fold over this opening. So I have a 1/8 of an inch that makes kind of a pronounced edge there. And that I have scored at 2.1/8 of an inch from the 3rd score line down to the 4th score line. So it might be actually easier if you turn it around so that you have the score lines up here, or the measurements up here. Then it's easier to do it at 9.3/8 of an inch from the 1st horizontal score line down to the 2nd horizontal score line. Remember, this is optional, but it folds better if you have it. Let's put it back to where we had it. You can also, if you want to, put some score lines on the side pieces at 7 inches down from the top down to the 1st score line. And also, this is also a side piece, and from the top of that score line, or from the score line down to the 2nd score line. This is not really necessary. I haven't done it on these. But if you do it, you could decorate the side pieces as well. Here they're kind of scored and folded, so it's not very easy to decorate them. You also need the last score line, so you need to put the paper back to the starting position. That means that you have the first half inch score line that you did on the left hand side. And what we want to do now is to score the side pieces so that they do make the little creases in the middle of the side piece. The first of these score lines should be at 5/5/8 of an inch. So we'll go down and we'll do a score line down to the optional score line that we did. And then the same again at 11/3/8 of an inch. Down to the optional score line. Then we'll start cutting. And the first thing we'll do is cut up these bottom score lines up to the first horizontal score line. Then what we'll do is we'll miter, but this piece will be the piece that I fold over on top of all these others. So we'll miter everything except that one. This last little flap piece we'll cut away totally, and while we do that we'll just miter this side half-inch piece. Okay, we'll just turn the whole thing. Here we have this is the lid, the fold over lid. So this one we should not touch at all. We'll cut off everything up here, but we'll cut down the first one, which actually is the second from the lid, and we'll cut down this one, which leaves us one more there. We also want to miter these. This little side piece we can cut completely away. So this is the way we should hold it, which is the top, which is the lid, and then the bottom. Since this box is part of my love box series, I have a special stamp that goes on, and it says the love box series by Heidi Angelica Scott, and then it has my phone number. This will be stamped on the bottom piece that has not been mitered, because that is what folds on top of the other folds. Since it's too small to get the whole stamp, I will just have the love box series by Heidi Angelica Scott and not my phone number. I have chosen to use the fast dry, quick dry Spectrum Noir Harmony ink in Damson Wine for this. All right, we also need to round the edges of the lid. All right, so we need now to fold and burnish on the score lines. Then we need to fold and glue these in on the main piece. There. And on the side piece here, I have chosen to use red tape. Before I glue the box together, I would like to put on some of the decoration, because it's easier to do while it's flat. So the first thing I'm going to do is to put on the little, oh, let's call it the belly band, at the bottom of the box. Then we are going to have a look at this. I prepared it. I put on the double-sided foam adhesive. This is going to go on the lid, and it's going to be what closes and opens the box. So I want this circle to go in the middle, and then I want the love box emblem, if you like, to go on top of there. Then this is ready. Before we put this on, I'd like to assemble the box. And then the box should just fold out like this. We'll assemble the bottom. What you should be able to do now is to push on the score lines to close it. And here is where that little 1/8 of an inch extra score line on top comes in play, and it folds perfectly over. Okay, we're going to decorate the lid as well. So what we'll do is put it on its front, and then as you saw, I had already put on foam adhesive on the back. So what we'll do is remove the backing, then we'll bring the lid up, and we'll hold this as straight as we can, trying to make sure that we get it where we want it on the sides, and then push it against the foam tape. There, then it's on straight. And what we now need to do is take these little hearts that are pierced and pull them out. So what I want to do is put a new Velcro dot to hold this down. So we'll put that over and have a look approximately where it will close down. Like so, I think. Oh, that's perfect. So we'll just test out the Nuvo drops on some paper. It looks like they're coming out okay. We also want to have a couple of Nuvo drops up top here. And there you have it. The latest addition to Heidi's Love Box series.